Hey, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you is something most women never hear, and it can completely change the way you understand intimacy. I want you to really pay attention, because this isn't just about sex, it's about connection, vulnerability, and understanding what a man truly experiences in those moments when he's with you. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Matthew, why do I need to know what he feels? Here's why. When you understand a man on this level, not just emotionally, but physically, you become magnetic in ways that go beyond attraction. You start to understand the power of presence, of touch, of the energy you bring to the room. And trust me, it's not just about the act itself, it's about what it does to him mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Imagine this. He's with you, he's vulnerable, he's trusting you, and he's opening himself up completely. That moment, it's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's primal. And here's the secret, most people never tell you. He's feeling far more than pleasure. He's feeling validation. He's feeling a deep, unspoken connection. He's feeling seen, desired, and alive in a way that few experiences in life can match. So, if you've ever wondered what goes on in his mind during intimacy, or how you can make him feel closer to you, this video is for you. By the end of this, you'll not only understand him better, but you'll be able to show up in a way that makes him feel not just attracted, but completely drawn to you on every level. Let's dive deeper. When a man is with you in that most intimate moment, he's not just thinking about the physical act. He's thinking about you, your reactions, and the way you make him feel. That's why so many women miss the point. They focus on technique or positions, when in reality, it's the emotional connection that ignites everything. Men crave being truly seen in that moment, being fully accepted and desired. When he feels that from you, it's electrifying for him. He feels alive in a way that goes far beyond the mechanics of sex. Here's something to really get. Men don't often express their emotions openly, but in those moments, their guard is down. They are vulnerable, exposed, and fully trusting you. That is a rare and sacred space. When you understand this, you realize that intimacy is as much about your presence, your energy, and your attention as it is about your body. The way you respond to him, the way you move, the way you touch, the way you look at him, it all communicates desire and validation. That feedback loop of attraction and attention heightens his experience exponentially. Think about it this way. Pleasure is temporary, but connection is lasting. When he feels that deep, primal connection with you, he associates not just desire, but emotional safety, trust, and excitement with you. That's what creates obsession, loyalty, and a desire for more of you, not just the physical act. Men remember those moments, and they remember how it made them feel. And here's the kicker. The more confident and present you are, the more he feels it. Your energy matters more than you think. A playful laugh, a teasing glance, a soft word of encouragement, they all amplify his experience in ways that no technique ever could. And let's not forget vulnerability. Men feel an incredible rush when they are able to let go with you, to feel like they can truly be themselves without judgment. That's an intimacy that can't be bought or forced. It's earned, nurtured, and created through connection. When you understand that, you see that sex is not just about the body, it's about the mind and the heart too. You're not just creating pleasure, you're creating an emotional imprint that he will carry with him, a memory that pulls him closer to you every single time. So the next time you're with him, remember, it's not just about what happens physically. It's about how present you are, how much desire you communicate, and how deeply connected you make him feel. When you show up fully, confidently, and playfully, you don't just give him pleasure. You make him feel truly alive, seen, and desired in ways that leave him wanting more of you every time. When we talk about vulnerability, most people immediately think of emotions or sharing feelings, but in reality, vulnerability and intimacy goes far deeper than that. For a man, the act of being physically intimate is one of the few times he can completely let go of his guard and expose himself without fear of judgment. When he trusts you enough to allow himself to be seen and experienced in that way, it creates a level of emotional intimacy that is almost intoxicating. It's not just about pleasure, it's about trust, connection, and the incredible feeling of being fully accepted by someone he desires. Think about it for a second. Men are often socialized to hold in their emotions, to appear strong, confident, in control. Vulnerability is rare in a man's day-to-day life. So when he's with a woman who allows him to let down that wall, even for a brief moment, it hits him in ways that nothing else can. When he feels safe enough to open up, to be completely himself, he experiences a release that goes beyond the physical. That release is intoxicating because it's freeing. It's a reminder that he's human, that he can connect deeply, and that he doesn't always have to be in control. And here's the secret. Men remember that feeling. They remember how it feels to be fully accepted, fully desired, and fully understood. Now, here's where most women get it wrong. They focus on the mechanics of intimacy, on positions or techniques, while completely ignoring the power of presence and attention. But vulnerability is the foundation of attraction that lasts. When you show him that you're present, that you're truly engaged, that you appreciate his openness, it reinforces that trust and heightens the pleasure he feels. Every movement, every touch, every sigh, every glance you give communicates to him, I see you, I accept you, I desire you. And that validation amplifies his experience more than any physical act could on its own. Vulnerability in this context isn't about weakness. It's about giving him permission to experience his feelings fully without fear. When a man allows himself to be vulnerable with you, it creates a bond that goes beyond sex. It becomes emotional, mental, and even spiritual. That's why some men become obsessed or deeply attached. They remember the woman who made them feel safe to be themselves, who made them feel seen and desired in a way that no one else has. And it all starts with you showing up fully in the moment with confidence, attentiveness, and a sense of playfulness. This is why vulnerability is so intoxicating. It's not just the act itself, it's the emotional release, the trust, and the connection that comes with it. When you allow him to be vulnerable, he experiences intimacy on a level he rarely does anywhere else. And here's the thing, the more you honor that, the more he wants to return to you, not just for pleasure, but for the emotional fulfillment, the connection, and the way you make him feel alive. When a man feels that deep emotional freedom with you, he doesn't just feel attracted, he feels understood, valued, and completely connected. So the next time you're intimate with a man, remember that your presence and attentiveness can be far more powerful than any technique. Vulnerability is intoxicating because it's rare, because it's real, and because it creates a memory that stays with him long after the physical moment has passed. When you allow him to open up, to trust you, to be fully himself, you're not just creating pleasure, you're creating a bond, a sense of safety, and an emotional high that keeps him coming back for more. That is the true power of vulnerability, and that is what makes a man feel completely connected, fully alive, and utterly drawn to you. When it comes to intimacy, most people focus on the physical, the positions, the technique, the mechanics of pleasure. But what they often overlook is the mental connection that can completely transform the experience. Men experience pleasure not just through their body, but through their mind. Every glance, every sigh, every subtle response from you communicates something powerful. Being present and attentive in the moment creates an invisible bridge between you. And that connection intensifies everything he feels physically. When you're fully engaged, when your energy matches his, it's like turning the volume up on his entire experience. Think about it. When he's with you, he's not just looking for a physical release. He's looking for validation, attention, and understanding. The way you respond to him mentally, how you listen, how you read his body, how you react to his signals, tells him that he's seen, desired, and appreciated. That mental connection is what makes the physical act feel electric. It's what turns a simple encounter into a memory that lingers long after the moment has passed. Men crave this mental presence because it tells them that they're connecting with you on more than just a bodily level. It's about the energy, the intimacy, and the subtle understanding that you're tuned into them completely. This is why attention matters more than technique. When you notice his reactions, when you respond to his cues, when you adjust to his rhythm, you're creating a feedback loop of pleasure that is both physical and mental. Every look, every touch, every subtle movement signals to him that you're not just going through the motions, you're fully there, fully present, fully invested in the connection. That presence heightens his experience because it makes him feel understood, admired, and desired in ways that nothing else can replicate. Mental connection also allows you to play with anticipation and tension. A whisper, a teasing smile, a moment of eye contact. These are mental cues that heighten his physical response. It's about creating an atmosphere where he feels both wanted and challenged, where every interaction keeps his mind engaged and his body responding. Men are incredibly responsive to energy. The stronger your presence, the more electrifying his physical experience becomes. The reality is that the strongest sexual experiences are never just physical. They happen when your mind and energy are completely engaged with his, when he feels that you're not just touching him, but truly connecting with him. That's what transforms a moment of intimacy into something unforgettable. When you understand that the mental connection amplifies physical pleasure, you realize that being attentive, present, and responsive isn't optional. It's essential. It's the secret to making him feel more alive, more desired, and more completely connected to you than he ever thought possible. One of the most powerful things you can do with a man is make him feel truly desired. And I don't mean just physically, I mean in a way that touches him emotionally and mentally. Men, like women, crave validation. They want to know that the effort, the vulnerability, and the connection they're offering is not only noticed, but appreciated. When a man feels that he is desired, it lights him up in ways that are deeply primal and unforgettable. Every sigh he hears, every reaction you give, every subtle response, these are like fuel to his desire. They reassure him that he's seen, that he's admired, and that he's capable of giving you pleasure in ways that no one else can. Think about it. A man may never say it out loud, but when he's with a woman who shows him genuine enthusiasm, who communicates that she wants him in ways that go beyond the surface, it changes his entire experience. That validation makes him feel alive. It makes him feel confident. It makes him feel like he is doing something right. And there's nothing more attractive to a man than feeling competent and desired at the same time. When you give him those signs through your words, your body language, your energy, you are creating a feedback loop of desire that draws him closer to you, not just physically, but emotionally. Here's the thing. Men are highly attuned to how you react to them. It's not just about a moan or a smile. It's about the subtle cues that say, I see you, I want you, and I enjoy being with you. When you validate him in this way, he feels that he matters, that he's capable of making you feel incredible, and that bond becomes almost addictive. Every gesture of attention you give him, every word of affirmation, every look of appreciation heightens his desire because it reassures him that the energy he's putting in is being met with enthusiasm and connection. Validation doesn't mean exaggerating or faking it. It means being genuinely present and responsive. Men can sense inauthenticity immediately, and nothing kills desire faster than feeling like they're performing for someone who isn't truly engaged. But when you authentically communicate your desire, when your reactions are real, It creates an emotional intimacy that amplifies the physical pleasure. He doesn't just feel wanted, he feels admired, accepted, and even celebrated. That feeling is powerful, and it makes him associate you not just with sexual pleasure, but with emotional fulfillment. So if you want to deepen his attraction and make him feel truly connected to you, focus on giving him that validation. Notice him, respond to him, show him that you genuinely desire him, and watch how it transforms his experience. He will not only feel more confident and alive, but he will crave being with you again and again, because you make him feel seen, admired, and wanted in a way that goes far beyond the physical act itself. That is the secret to leaving a lasting impression that keeps him coming back for more. When we talk about intimacy, most people automatically think of physical pleasure. They assume that satisfaction is purely about the body, about sensation, about what can be felt and measured. But here's the truth that most people miss. For a man, primal satisfaction is just as much emotional as it is physical. It's about feeling wanted, needed, and appreciated on a deep, instinctual level. That feeling of being truly desired, of being the one who can evoke pleasure, affection, and connection, is what drives him far more than any technique or position ever could. Men may not always articulate it, but that emotional satisfaction is at the core of what they experience in those intimate moments. Think about it. When a man is with a woman who makes him feel wanted, not just through words, but through energy, touch, and presence, he experiences a level of fulfillment that is hard to describe. It's primal because it taps into a core need that every man has, to feel like he is important, capable, and deeply desired. Every movement, every glance, every reaction you give communicates a sense of validation and connection. That emotional feedback, that feeling of being acknowledged and wanted, is what makes intimacy truly unforgettable for him. It's why some men remember certain experiences for years, because it wasn't just the physical act, it was how it made them feel in a way that went straight to their core. And here's the thing, when you understand this, you realize that your energy, your confidence, and your presence matter more than any technique. How you respond, how you engage, how you make him feel desired and needed, these are the things that create that primal satisfaction. It's about showing him that being with you is not only physically pleasurable, but emotionally fulfilling. That combination is what makes men feel alive and creates a connection that goes far beyond the bedroom. Primal satisfaction also comes from the sense of trust and openness that intimacy creates. Men feel exposed during these moments. They're vulnerable in ways that few people ever see. When you honor that vulnerability, when you respond with genuine desire, appreciation, and connection, you tap into something deeper. You show him that he's not just a body, but a whole person capable of evoking profound emotional responses. That is intensely gratifying for him. And it's why he associates those moments with not just pleasure, but with a deep sense of fulfillment and attachment. So when you're intimate with a man, remember this. It's never just about the physical. The most memorable, powerful experiences are those where he feels emotionally seen, desired, and needed. That is the essence of primal satisfaction, when pleasure and emotional fulfillment intertwine, and he leaves the moment not just satisfied, but deeply connected to you, craving your presence in a way that goes far beyond the surface. Understanding this is your key to creating intimacy that resonates on every level, making him feel alive, wanted, and completely drawn to you. When it comes to intimacy, the most overlooked factor yet, the one that makes the biggest difference, is your energy. Your energy is what a man feels before he even notices your words or your movements. It's the vibe you bring into the room, the confidence in your body, the playfulness in your eyes, and the way you show up fully in the moment. That energy can completely transform his experience, making him feel more alive, more connected, and more drawn to you than anything else you could do physically. Think about it. Men are incredibly responsive to energy. If you're distracted, hesitant, or unsure, he feels it instantly, and it lowers the intensity of the connection. On the other hand, when you bring confidence, warmth, and playfulness, it amplifies everything. Your energy tells him without words, I am here, I enjoy being with you, and I want this moment as much as you do. That mental and emotional signal ignites desire, reinforces trust, and heightens the physical experience because he knows he's with someone who is fully present, fully engaged, and fully alive. Confidence is especially magnetic because it communicates security. When a woman feels secure in herself, she doesn't overthink, she doesn't doubt, and she doesn't ask for reassurance. That confidence makes a man feel relaxed, capable, and free to express himself. He feels like he's with someone who is not only desirable, but also emotionally strong, someone who can handle his energy and match it. And when he feels that, the experience intensifies because he can fully let go, fully enjoy, and fully be himself without fear of judgment. That's why confidence isn't just attractive, it's transformative. Playfulness is another energy that changes everything. A teasing glance, a soft laugh, a playful touch, it communicates desire, enjoyment, and lightness. It turns what could be a purely physical act into a dance of connection and excitement. Playfulness allows both of you to explore, experiment, and savor the moment, making the experience more vivid and memorable. Men are drawn to women who bring that kind of energy because it keeps things fun, spontaneous, and exciting while still deeply connecting emotionally. So here's the truth I want you to walk away with. Intimacy isn't just about what happens physically. It's about connection, presence, energy, and emotional understanding. When you understand how a man truly feels when he's vulnerable, when he's giving himself to you, you unlock a level of attraction and connection that goes far beyond desire. You don't just make him feel pleasure, you make him feel seen, wanted, and alive in a way that he will remember long after the moment is over. That's the kind of connection that builds trust, loyalty, and obsession, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that comes naturally when you show up fully as yourself. And here's the most important thing. You have that power. The way you show up, the energy you bring, the attention and presence you offer it all shapes how he experiences being with you. When you combine confidence, playfulness, vulnerability, and attentiveness, you're not just being intimate, you're creating moments that imprint on him emotionally and physically. That is the secret to being unforgettable, magnetic, and deeply desired. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you're with him, focus on presence over performance. Notice how he responds. Engage fully and communicate desire authentically. Don't overthink. Technique, your energy, your attention, and your connection are what make the difference. And if you're ready to take this to the next level, to truly understand the psychology behind desire and create intimacy that leaves him coming back for more, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the insights that will transform your relationships. Because the truth is, when you understand a man on this level, you're not just creating incredible physical experiences, you're creating emotional memories, mental connection, and a bond that lasts. That's the kind of intimacy that changes everything. And that's exactly the power you hold when you show up fully, confidently, and intentionally. So step into that power, be present, be magnetic, be unforgettable. And watch the way he responds to you is going to be more intense, more connected, and more memorable than you ever imagined.